Good morning, it's 5 on Fridays. I always start with a little trivia to give people time to come in. And usually I tell you that 50% of relationships end because of a communication problem. People can't communicate, they break up. My specialty, as you know, is communication. But even though sometimes when I talk I stutter a little bit, but guess what? That has nothing to do with the message that I impart on you guys. But today my trivia is going to be that the reason why people don't communicate effectively is because they don't think they're enough. So the trivia for today is people who the reason why relationships fail too. The first one is communication block. There's a problem. But the second reason why is people don't think they're enough. So they don't communicate openly and honestly. I'm reading up there what this is saying. It's saying low. Put my glasses on. What's it saying? Uh, okay, so now there's a connection. Maybe there wasn't a connection. So maybe when I gave my first trivia, it wasn't a connection. So I'll do it again. But hey, this is 5 on Fridays. Of course, I'm Latifa, Dr. Walinga. But Latifa's good. But the first trivia is the reason why 50% of relationships end, marriages fail, couples break up, is because there is a communication problem. They can't communicate, a communication breakdown. But that's always trivia. But this is another one. And one of the reasons why people don't communicate effectively and openly and honestly because they don't think they're enough. They don't think they're worthy. So they don't speak their mind until their true feelings, say what they really want, what they really need, how they really feel. And how that coincides with not feeling worthy or enough is that when you feel good enough and you feel worthy, then you're okay to tell your partner what you think, what you feel, what you need, what you like, what your truth is. You're okay with that because you're okay with that. And if your partner doesn't like who you are really, then you're with the wrong person. But the reason why people hang in there and try to conceal themselves from their partners because they think they're not enough, then the partner ends up learning who they are anyway. And in years to come, it can cause a big problem in your relationship, or your partner really finds out who you are and love that person anyway. So when you love yourself, you'll take the risk. When you really love yourself, you'll understand, you'll take the risk and ask yourself, and reveal yourself to your partner because that's what it is. So it's 5 on Fridays. It's 10 o'clock now. 10:30, and there's no one here, and that might be because I was already on this morning at 9 o'clock, or it's 9:30, I think, promoting my first sale online. So maybe no one's here today for that, but I'm still going to do 5 on Fridays, and you'll hear it after later on because it'll come through your feed or however it does on Facebook. Okay, so 5 on Fridays. The first question I got, I'm looking down because I have a book right down there on the table. The first question was, how do I get out of a toxic relationship? And that's a really good question. If you're in a toxic relationship, first of all, maybe when you first got in and you didn't know what it was, because people have a way of hiding themselves. And then finally when they let their guards down, because we can't pretend forever. We've got to finally, our true selves always manifest. And then when we find out our partner's toxic and the relationship's toxic, you get out of it by caring enough about who you are, by being strong enough in your sense of self to walk away. And if you're in the relationship and you know it's toxic, and how do you know it's toxic? When it doesn't feel good to you, it doesn't feel right to you. Your gut always knows, and it doesn't feel right, and you know it's not right. You know he or she is not the good person that you are or what you need. And they do negative things, put you down, say negative things. They're dishonest. They are shady in their dealings with other people. They're corrupt. Something's happening as this toxic relationship that really affects you in the negative. If you can't get out, you've got to do self-development work, personal development work. Oh, hey, somebody is here. I said the first question, just to let you know, I just started talking. The first question today on 5 on Fridays is, how do I get out of a toxic relationship? And the thing is, if you are in one, I'm going to say to risk saying that when you got in one, you didn't know it was toxic. But with time, people can't hide themselves forever. Their true selves always manifest, and then it gets toxic in your relationship. And how do you know it's toxic? When you don't feel good, when you feel like, ugh, when you're in angst, when you're feeling insecure, when you feel beat up emotionally, when you don't feel safe, when your partner is shady or abusive, negative, all those things, and you know it's toxic and you want to get out. If you can't get out, that's because your sense of self is not strong enough. Your ego is not strong enough. So you have to do some personal development work. Improve yourself personally. Get your self-love activated. And how you can do that quickly is, of course, affirmations of self-love. Do the mirror exercise of self-love. Look yourself in the mirror, in the eyes, every day, all day long, and tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself you're worthy. But also, self-love happens with, it takes, like I said, those four components: trust, courage, faith, and honesty. It takes courage to love yourself. And that means when you're in a situation and something doesn't feel good to you, you stay in it. That's not self-love. When you walk away from it, that's self-love. And it takes courage to walk away. So when you start taking courage to do things that are best for you, then you are cultivating your self-love. Self-love does not mean you go get a massage or a haircut or a pedicure or a manicure or go shopping or on a vacation. That's not self-love. Self-love is when you don't feel good about what's happening around you, you use your voice, you speak up, you say no when you want to say no, and you walk away. I used to teach this a long time ago because I had a group for a nonprofit called Little Goddess for adolescent girls in group homes and foster care. And that population really did not feel worthy. They don't feel worthy. Just imagine if your parent gave you away or decided to do drugs and not take care of you. Your esteem is really low. But those girls in my program built their esteem up. And it's having your voice, having boundaries, saying no when you mean no, walking away when you don't need to stay. It's those kind of things that make you safe, make you feel safe, and feel good about who you are. That's when you start loving yourself. Then you know you love yourself, along with the mirror exercise and the affirmations. But your actions, take a chance, make a choice to change. When you do that, and you can do that and say no when you mean no, walk away, do this, that's self-love. So when you love yourself enough, you'll get out of a toxic relationship. And then you can always see them. And you'll see them when you take the time before you jump into a relationship. Take your time. Don't meet someone in the first week or two, think you're in love, and then have sex. Don't do it. Keep the sex later. Don't do it. Even if you're an adult, it's different. If you're older, it's different. But not really, because older women and men, especially women, still fall way in love. 50, 60, you still fall in love. Take care of yourself. Love yourself first to get as many facts as you can. That's how to avoid and get out of a toxic relationship. The second question is, what is an open relationship? The question asks. So that had to be a person that's pretty inexperienced or young. And an open relationship, so you who are on here, if you know what that is, that's cool. But an open relationship is one that you're not really committed to the person that you're with. Meaning, you can be with the person that you love and be in an open relationship because you might have commitment issues, you're practicing ludus love. Remember, ludus love is about the notches on your belt. It's not about being committed to one person. It's about when they're with you, you feel really good, like they're with you only, but they're not. They leave your company and go over there with him or her, somebody else. So an open relationship is one that you have other partners, other sexual partners, that you have other partners that do the same thing with you as they do with them. So this example, you're with someone and you guys are in love. You act like you're in love. You spend time together. You sleep together. You go out together. That you buy each other gifts and things. You do it like a real partner, a real relationship. But after you guys leave that relationship, that container, and you step out of that container, you go and do the same thing for someone else. Sex and all that. And that way you got to be really safe. You got to use condoms. got to practice safe sex, and keep yourself tested. All that if you are having multiple sexual partners. But an open relationship is multiple sexual partners, to put it simply. That's what it is. So now you know. Now you can decide. Do you want that or not? You want monogamy or open relationship? It's your choice. Neither one is good or bad. They're just different. For me, you didn't ask, so I won't say. So the third question is, ooh, how do you know? Oh, the third question is, how do you know when it's over? How do you know when a relationship is over? I know. So if you are on here, I have two people here. Who's here? Two people. Shannon, some Wooden, and hey Jackie. So how you know it's over? The relationship is over if your partner is not putting forth any effort, because relationships take work. They're not something that you're just in it and it works. No, some days it does, but it takes work. It takes conversation, understanding, kindness, forgiveness, gifts, trips, time together. It does. It does. So you know it's over when your partner is not putting forth any effort, is not doing anything that you need, is not responding to you as you need, not having sex with you, not touching you, not affectionate with you. If they weren't before, if your partner is not a PDA person, okay. But if your partner stops doing the thing that they do, that makes you feel wanted and needed and desired, it's over. And the best thing for you to do is understand it's over and have a discussion and walk away. Because life is too short. Go somewhere else. Find another relationship. Make sense? You know it's over in your gut. So when you're asking me, is it over? It's over. It is. If you got to ask, then it's over. That's it. Okay. The fourth question. So the first one is how to get out of a toxic relationship. The second one was, what's an open relationship? And we know that. That's just free for all sex with anybody. And you decide what you want. The third one is how do you know it's over? If you have to ask that question, it's pretty much done. Number 4. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, this is a good one. What does a healthy relationship look like? Wait, what does a healthy relationship look like? Okay. It looks like love. It looks like fun. It looks like freedom. It looks like togetherness. It looks like understanding. It looks like honesty. It looks like realness. It looks like peace. It looks like my smiling face. It looks like that. It looks like togetherness and truth and love, really. It looks like a couple that can discuss things. When they're not sure, they can discuss it with their partner. When they feel insecure, they can discuss it with their partner. If they're unhappy about something, they can discuss it. I didn't say argue and fight. I said discuss. Discuss it with their partner. When they're afraid, they can tell their partner. They can open up to their partner. They can be themselves with their partner. They have fun together like really, really good friends, because they are really, really good friends. They fight fair. They cherish and love each other. They respect each other. It's a lot of things, but a healthy relationship is healthy. It's when times are bad, you go through the rough patches together, and you know that, and you guys both decide, you know what, we're not doing this well by ourselves. Let's go get some professional help. Excuse me. Let's go get some professional help. They know what they need. They talk about it as a unit. They go together hand in hand and get it done. They travel well together. And if they don't, it doesn't mean they can't be together. If you don't travel well with your partner, then your partner goes somewhere and you go somewhere. But when you come back as a unit, you talk about what you guys did, and that keeps it fresh. So a healthy relationship is healthy when you can be totally you, false and all, in your relationship. When your partner loves you, I say this, all the way through. That means for who you are. It doesn't mean we can't change and improve, because that's what the universe does. We always expand. We're always growing. We're always getting better. But when you can be you all the way through with your partner, that's a healthy relationship. And when you need to do new things to grow and change, you say, you know what? I'm going to start doing this to be a better person for me. And then that means for you in our relationship. If you need some help with that, you ask her or him. You want to do it together? Or can you help me with this? Or this is what I'm doing. You're not asking for permission. You're telling what you're doing, because as an adult, in a marriage or relationship, you don't ask for permission. You talk about what you're going to do. If your partner doesn't like it, you discuss it. When you were a kid, you asked your parents for permission. When you were a child, you're an adult, you don't need permission. So, a healthy relationship is that. It looks like, okay, looks like love, looks like friendship, looks like freedom, looks like fun, looks like happy, looks like honesty, looks like love all the way through, blah, blah, blah. All those great things. That's what healthy relationship looks like. So if you're in one, bravo. If you're not, you can curate that. If it's toxic, get out. Okay, got it? The fifth one is the last one. Oh, oh, how do you save your relationship? Now, man, okay. Some relationships can't be saved. Some of them don't need to be saved. But some of them do and can. Some do need to be saved and they can be saved. And you save a relationship by, first of all, talking about it. Excuse me. I always say there's got to be a conversation. And that might be because I'm this communication specialist, but there's got to be a conversation. You got to talk about it first. You got to talk about it. You got to find out what's wrong, what is not happening right. Because sometimes I've had people come to me and say, and they come because it's almost over. And I ask one of the people in the relationship, did you know it was at this point? They said, no, I had no idea. So you save a relationship by talking. When you're in it, you can be saving it from the very beginning. But when it's almost over and it's done, you're thinking, man, I had no idea. You have to go see someone. If it's almost over and you're trying to save it, saving your thing, you can't do it by yourself. I would recommend seeing a coach named Latifa Willinga. But really, I would recommend going to see someone because you can't save it by yourself. If it's almost over and he or she's ready to walk away, you got to go and get some professional help. Go get some help. And in that professional help, you'll learn how to discuss things with each other, how to talk. And I would always say, if you're hearing this and if you are trying to save your relationship on your own, which you might be able to, but it doesn't make sense. But I'll tell you, the first thing you want to do is called direct request. You and your partner are together. It's almost done. One of you wants to throw in the towel, and one of you wants to save it. If you're talking about it, really, then the person that wants to leave or saying that, there's a chance. I recommend go to see a professional, but if you can't afford it or don't want to do it, which doesn't make sense, then do this. It's called direct request. You sit and talk to your partner, and you each have 3 things that you really need from your partner. And you tell your partner, both of you, one at a time. First, he or she, I'll say she because I'm old-fashioned, ladies first. She says the 3 things that she needs from you. If it's same-sex marriage or relationship, it doesn't matter. But she says, or whatever, what they need. This, and this. 3 things. Write them down. And then you have 3 things that you need from your partner. I hear things like this. You'll make me your priority. You'll spend more time with me. You won't talk about the past anymore. Whatever those things might be. Whatever they are, your partner that gets those requests from you cannot say, I won't do that or I can't do it. You will and you can. Maybe say for 1 week. So this week, from Monday to Friday, I need you to pay more attention to me. Make me your priority. I need you to not bring up the past for the entire week. I need you to, whatever else I said, be kinder to me. So how many days of the week must your partner do that? Do you need? Another person might say, I'd like to have more sex this week. I want more physical contact this week. I want you to make us to have dinner at home this week. So how many times? How many times a week do you want sex? Okay, I need sex this week 3 times. I need dinner at home with you, not in the restaurant or not takeout. I want us to cook dinner together twice this week. And I want more physical touch from you every day this week. That kind of thing. So what do you need? The amount of time you need it for that week. Your partner can say, okay, the 3 times a week sex, I can do that, but I'd rather do it twice a week because my schedule's too blah, 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 too hectic. So I can have sex this week, but just twice, not 3 times because of my schedule. I won't be in town, whatever. So you can't say no. You can say yes and maybe modify it. You can't say no. To save your relationship, the direct request is the ideal thing to do. When couples come to see me and they're going to split, I don't care what it's for. Infidelity, I'm just done with you. He or she just doesn't listen. I'm just sick of it. Whatever it might be, it lets me know you're not that sick of it because you're in my office. So we'll start here. Once I talk to them, find out what's happening, the assignment, because I always give homework, my first assignment is direct request. If that first week you do that direct request, there's hope. Because those things, or the absence of those things, were part of the reasons why your partner is done or wants to leave. So that's how you save a relationship. Go to get coaching, because a coach can tell you what to do, what I do, or therapy, and you'll figure stuff out. Okay? So the 5 questions today were how to get out of a toxic relationship. And I said that starts with self-development. If you're in one and you know it's toxic and you're still there, that means your sense of self is low. Your self-esteem is low. Your self-worth is low because you're still there. Because if you felt good about yourself and had high self-esteem, you leave. So work on yourself and develop that self-love, high self-esteem. And remember, self-love, you understand that you love yourself when you can say, if you don't love yourself, you say yes when you mean no. When you love yourself, you say no when you mean no. So when you start making those changes in your life, then you start loving yourself. When you love yourself, you can exit that toxic relationship. Do it fast because you don't want to be there. Life is too short. Okay? Number 2 was, what's an open relationship? And you know that. If you don't know it, I told you guys, open relationship just really means you can have sex with more than one person. Even though the partner's with you and you think you're in love and they sleep with you, the sex is great, and they treat you like a queen or a king, when they leave your company, they treat somebody the exact same way. They leave you and all those accoutrements, all the great things, and go to another person and do the exact same thing. So in their eyes, you're not special. That night you were special, or that weekend you were special, but not for real. And and you're special to you. So if you're special to you, you decide what you want to do. Be in an open relationship or not. You want monogamy or openness is your choice. But just know, if you're in an open relationship, your partner to you is not special, and your partner and you to your partner, you're not special. Just for that time. If you want specialness and priority and monogamy, then find somebody who doesn't want to be in an open relationship. That's what that is. Number 3 was, how do you know when it's over? And I say, it's over when you have to ask. If you have to ask, how do I know it's over? That means it's pretty much done, right? When your partner's not doing what you need, not coming around, no sex, no beautifulness, it's the opposite of what is a healthy relationship. They're not putting forth the effort. They're not sleeping with you. They're not touching you. They're not loving you like you know. When it's over and you have to ask, it's over. That's when you know. And then number 4 was, what does a healthy relationship look like? I told you, it looks like fun, looks like love, looks like honesty, looks like openness, looks like conversation, looks like forgiveness, looks like greatness, looks like friendship, looks like sex, looks like passion, looks like that, looks like the smile on my face. Okay, and the 5th one was, how do you save a relationship? And you save one by getting help, professional help, ASAP. It's already at the point that it's almost over, and I've had 2. I've only 2 though. Only 2 clients, couples, come to me at the brink of it, like almost done, and somebody goes, I don't know, didn't know it was like this, and it didn't work. You know why? The last one that happened to with me in my office, they came in. He was a physician, and she was some big corporate person. It's great, professional. So what though? But he would do stuff. When they talked, and I saw them have a conversation, I saw exactly what he was doing, and she was the one that was done. But I saw him not change. What he would always put her down certain ways, and he wouldn't change. And they had homework. I had this 3 weeks. I was thinking, okay, this might be working out. They did direct requests with all that. And honey, the last time that I gave him a great assignment, and she was really ready to go for it, and he made one snide remark too many. That was done. She looked at me. She goes, you know what? I'm getting up. I'm leaving. I'm leaving him. You won't see me again. I'm leaving him. I'm done. And she was done, and I was happy for her. You know why? He wasn't changing. But it doesn't matter, male or female, that happens. But I had two couples since I've been doing this that walked away because somebody that was causing them to leave wasn't going to change and couldn't see what they needed to see because their ego was in the way. Anyway, so you save a relationship by getting help from a coach or a therapist. And you also, if you're not going to go, I told you to do a direct request. There are 3 things you need from your partner. Ask them for those 3 things for 1 week. And your partner has the same thing of you. Whatever they need from you, only 3 things. For 1 week, only 3 things. You've got to do it. And then at the end of the week, talk about how it's made you better, right? And then look at your instead of looking at all the negative things with your partner, look at all the great things about them. What happens is you guys get into a relationship, and then it's called couple familiarity. You become familiar with your partner, and you take them for granted. And you know what? And you loved that person at one time, and you got involved with them for something at one time, and then you start taking it for granted. And first you saw all the great things in them when you had those rose-colored glasses on, when your partner does no wrong, and then when they became human to you, you start looking for their flaws. Well, look for the best in your partner, and always think the best of them. And when you find yourself looking at and recognizing the negativity in your partner or the thing they don't do right or that you don't like about them, like they might cough too much, he snores, she stutters, or talks too fast, whatever it might be, love that part about them, and be mindful of your thoughts, what you're thinking about them. Because it's 9 times out of 10 is you focusing on the negative, not the positive. And the more you get what you think about. So you think about something about them that's good, and you get more of that from them. That's the law of the universe. You think about what's negative, you get more of that. So change what you're thinking about. It's not about them changing, it's about you changing you. So those are the 5 questions for the 5 on Fridays. I think there are 3 people here today. Yeah. And so, okay, there are 3 people here today. I was on earlier, so look at my earlier one too. And then I think, I'm not going to say it here, but yeah, I am going to say it. I'm promoting an online course. It's not a course, an online coaching package called A Breath of Fresh. It's 6 weeks, Breath of Fresh, flash sale for the summer. Look through my email. I mean, not email, my Facebook, Latifah Wallinga, and find it. And if you don't want to come to it or join it, then share it with your friends. It's important. I'm working on getting my business online. I'm in the class that's learning how to do it, and she says, just tell you guys. I never talk about it too much, but now I am. So go and find it, share it. It's called A Breath of Fresh, with a big picture with the woman walking away, and it's called Do You Really Want? Tired of walking away, and then that picture. So anyway, share it. I'm proud of it. Share it, join it, or share it. Anyway, those are the 5 questions. How to get out of a toxic relationship. What is an open relationship? How do you know when it's over? What's a healthy relationship look like? And how you save relationships. You save it by going to get some professional help. That's the only one for that one, for real. Even though I gave you instructions, maybe if you save it, that means if it wasn't out the window, or maybe save for a week and then it's still the same problems. You got to get some help to make some changes in each personal person. So that's all for today. Second time here, but go through your feed, find my other live. I'm talking about my program. Go to my Facebook page, Latifah.Wallinga, and look for Tired of Walking Away. Sign up, get in that. Sign up for that 6-week sale of coaching. Perfect. It's good. You all need a breath of fresh. We all want a breath of fresh. We all need a breath of fresh. Or share it with your friends, because somebody does. And I need your support. Okay, I love you guys. I see you next Friday. And probably throughout this week. You know why? Because I'm promoting my program. I'm promoting it. Don't get sick of me. If you see it again, don't get sick of it. Just give me a chance to say, okay, she's doing her thing. She's learning how to do this online stuff. And so since I'm doing it, you got to give me a chance. You got to say, okay. You don't have to, but I would like that. Okay, you guys. I love you. Jackie, I always love to see you. Are you still here, Jackie? Okay, Jackie is. Uh oh. I did something wrong. Anyway, you guys. All right, so I'm gonna go. I still have meditate. I gotta go right now, this very second. 40 minutes, I'm in meditation. Have a great weekend, a great life, and I will see you next Friday. Don't forget, go to all my stuff, share it or join it. I just have space for 10 people, 8 people. Okay, you guys. Bye.